Hello, everybody. My name is Mariana, and I'm the creator of the Vanellistas Botanical Oracles. And I welcome you here in my cat infested living room, where today I will talk to you about my personal goals in terms of my spiritual practice, but also personal lifestyle for the year of 2026. As I'm recording this way in advance because I expect that by the time that you will be seeing this, I will be busy creating images and videos for the two new upcoming decks, namely the Fructifera and the Vanellistas Naturalis Lenormand. And I will not be in the mood to film anything extra rather than all the flip throughs and everything else that creatively comes to my mind for that. And so I'm filming this way in advance well, it's mid-February already, but I think that what I have thought up for myself for this year may be interesting to some of you as well. On a personal note, I have been stuck in a rut or just generally stuck in my spiritual or magical practice for the last couple of years. Not that I haven't been practicing at all, but I feel that I have maybe lost the touch to the spark that used to fuel me. And with losing the touch to the spark that used to fuel me, I also lost a lot of the motivation to experiment and explore and do all the things that weren't very necessary but were like the fun part of it all. And for this year, I have decided that I will do everything in my power to find the spark back. And I think that I finally unlocked the bottleneck of this whole thing. And namely, that over the years of my practice, I have started to expect the spark to be there for my practice to progress in a certain way. But I have realized that that's not very productive at all, first of all. And second of all, the spark has not always been there. Before I started my magical practice, there was no spark. I started and then the spark happened. So I realized that I need to just start again and the spark will happen again, and that I should no longer expect the spark to be there for something to happen, if you get my drift. And over the last few years, I have learned a lot about myself in terms of how I work and what works best for me and how I best function. And not that I would like to bring some body talk into this, but you may see that I am maybe a little bit that I maybe like look a little bit different than I did last year. That's because I started not a hardcore fitness journey, but I started taking my physical fitness way more seriously, and I go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and it's going to be a year quite soon. Not It's not like it's going to be a year now, but sometime in the spring is going to be a year since I started taking my personal health and fitness seriously, and I tried, and I'm succeeding so far, to make a change in terms of like my nutrition and my training and the care for my health, because I struggle with some herniated discs on my back. And yeah, there is no way around exercise. And when you start exercising for one thing, you may as well do the other thing, and then you find out that the body is a whole system, and that you need to exercise all of it generally. So that's what I have been doing, and it has been great. And it has taught me a lot about how I can keep consistency personally, and that is by scheduling things as appointments into my calendar, and or doing tasks on my Google Calendar. And that has helped me be consistent with my nutrition, because I meal prep for myself for the whole week. That has helped me be consistent with gym, because I know which days I'm going to the gym, what time. I know what exercises I'm doing on which day, so I know how to dress so that I'm comfortable for that day specifically. and it helps eliminate a lot of the thinking around it, be it thinking what I should eat to keep my healthy diet, or what exercises I should do. I have everything lined up and scheduled. I meal plan for the week. I calculate all my macros and everything that I need to do. I batch cook everything for the whole week, and I don't have to think about what I'm going to have for lunch on Monday or Tuesday or dinner Wednesday or whenever, as well as I don't have to think about when I'm going to the gym, what I'm going to do at the gym, or what exercises I'm going to do. And so I know what to wear. I know basically everything except for the weather, which it's an indoor gym, so that's not a variable that is very relevant. But you know what I mean. And it has helped me stay consistent. And I have realized that I should take my magical practice and my spiritual practice with the same seriousness and with the same diligence. And that is, schedule it in. As unmagical as that sounds, I really think that that is something that will help me get over this disconnection that I have been feeling with everything, and really try and again make it a part of my daily life, because it used to be a daily practice for me and a daily thing that I worked on and lived with every day. And then at some point, I think it was during the pandemic, I slowly started losing touch with it, and my daily started to be weekly, and then it started to be monthly, and then all of a sudden it was not that it was gone, because like it never left, but the everyday childlike magical wonder, what can I experience today, and you know what I mean, has dissipated. And the spiritual practice has faded a little bit into the background, and I have been doing things that I like needed to do. I've done some workings that I felt that had to be done, but generally I have been just meditating, doing a little bit of like spiritual cleansing now and then, practicing some Reiki on myself, and doing a lot of education. I did the Balkan Witch course, the yearly course last year. I finished a couple of weeks ago. So I've been like keeping up, but it hasn't been practiced, put into praxis. And I finally feel that I have like unlocked what to do to get back into the habit of experiencing. And that is, I will do what I'm doing for all the rest of the things that I want to change in my life, and that is, I will just pencil it in. Another thing that has been happening over the past couple of years, when I like wanted to do a working or needed to do a working, I usually limited myself to stuff that I felt was necessary at the moment, be it a cleansing, a protection spell, the occasional abundance spell or something, when like stuff was needed, when I need to pay some bills, or when I needed a raise at my job, stuff like that. And I always like used to think about, well, is this really necessary? Do I have to, like, should I do this? Should I not do it? And most of the time I figured, no, I don't need to do it. I shouldn't do it. This frivolous. It's not necessary to do. It's not that dire. It's not that necessary. And slowly, with this overthinking of it, I think that's how the spark died down, because it was no longer for fun or exploration or like trying things out, but it turned into something that was, hey, is this necessary or not? Do I need to do it, or is it frivolous? And I think that's how that touch got lost. And when I was planning my goals for this year, I do it like every year, write down what I want to do in like various different parts of my life. And over the past couple of years, every year I realized that I have been writing down that I want to find my spark back. And this is where that realization came from, that I have not been doing things for the experience or for the pleasure of it, and that I have been self-censoring myself in terms of what workings or what like rituals I would do because I felt like they were frivolous. And so I have started not only to plan and pencil in my like spiritual daily or weekly practice, but I also started a list of things that I would just like, be it something completely unnecessary like finding a specific type of item in a secondhand shop, because I have been like looking for like outfits, let's say, or like stuff that I want to wear, and I decided to allow myself to, I don't know, do a spell or a sigil or something to find that specific tracksuit I have been like looking for like cheap in a thrift store or something, and not to feel guilty about using magic for things that are not important, because I think that having that spark and having that sense of personal power and agency, and having the joy and the wonder of it available is actually really important, and it is a part of my life and how I want to live my life. So I think I need to renegotiate in my head what is necessary and what isn't necessary, if that makes any sense. So from now on, for the next, even now, from for the next month, I have different workings scheduled on my calendar based on planetary hours, planetary days, or whatever I figured might be interesting. And I will also do each of the workings or each of the things that I have written down on my list so far in like different ways. One will be a sigil, one will be a servitor, one will be working, one will be a candle magic spell, and stuff like that. And I will write down what I did it work, did it not work, without the actual pressure of these things like having to come true because they're direly necessary. It will just be a way for me to have some fun and explore, and also have like a set time to do things. And another thing that is like a huge part of it is that I will allow myself to strive for done rather than for perfect. Because one of the other things that I have found myself being bogged down over the years with was doing that working perfectly, having the perfect setup, not as an aesthetically perfect setup, but like the perfect ingredients, the perfect tools that I need to have, and have the perfect timing, perfect planetary hour, perfect like astrological timing, perfect everything. And then you find out that, oh my god, I have like 15 minutes once every 5 years to do this spell, because this is the only best time to do it. And then you don't do it because in those perfect 15 minutes every 5 years something happens and you have to take your cat to the vet or something, and then you just can't do anything about it. So one of my other like super important goals for this year is to strive for done rather than perfect. And yes, I could strive for doing it in the best time possible, but the possible can vary, and I can just, be happy with the correct planetary hour and not always strive for the correct planetary day for something, or just fire a sigil in the best way I can that day, and don't second guess myself whether I could have done it in a different way, whether I did really achieve the state of gnosis or something, and just have it done. And because those things are not of dire need and dire necessity, if they don't work out, I can just note what I did, how I did it, and maybe do something else or do it differently next time, and not really worry about like the need to for things to work out, really, because they are in a dire need, because they aren't. They are here for me to experiment and have some fun and maybe get the perfect tracksuit that I wanted. But if I don't get it, I will live, I will be happy, and if something like that exists, I'll find it anyways somehow, so I don't really have to like look for it in a specific shop or something. So yeah, that is, in a very small nutshell, the philosophy I would like to take into 2026. And that is, schedule my magical time as I would any other appointment to my calendar, and strive for done, not perfect. And all of this and more that I don't want to like just bore you down with like an hour of what I want to do. And all of this, hopefully, to help me get in touch with how magical this world is, and really have a finger on it on the daily basis, you know? and not treat magic like something, uh, I wanted to say like something sacred that shouldn't be touched, which in a way is what I mean, but also magic is sacred, but I think the sacred should be for the everyday as well as for only Sundays. You know what I mean? So, yeah, strive for done, not perfect. Schedule it in and do something even a little bit every day without the need to have it perfect. On that note, I will be sharing maybe some of my new experiences, but I also have like a lot of topics to talk about here, so uh, we will not be bored. If you like this sort of talking video, please like this video, subscribe to see more of me, my opinions, cat butts as well. Those are abandoned here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.